everyone, and welcome along to another United Scarab Khemirates match. It is match 5, and we are up against vampires this time. It is the Angels of Lilith, which means it's DonkeyDragon. And not only is it DonkeyDragon, but it is DonkeyDragon with a whopping ton of inducements. He still has to level a thrall here, but he is missing a vampire for this one, and a movement busted thrall as well. So yeah, just waiting for him to do that, but then he's going to get something in the region of about 400k, plus 100k in the bank in inducements, so it could get quite nasty this one. As it stands, just the 11 players on the squad, but he may pick up some more. We are at 1320. I did opt in the end to give Ron Bone Man the extra piling on, so we've got more damage to deal with thralls here. Probably regret not taking the tackle in a few weeks' time when we've got elves and goblins on the menu, but for now, we have to win this game first. So how is the table looking? It is looking something like this. The match between Khemirates and McNaughton actually just happened about half an hour ago, so that one finished 1-1, which means Yacind leads the way, Keji in second, and I am third, but with the chance to go second if we can find a win here. We've got Razta and Pyro joint behind, and if Andy gets a win, of course, he will leapfrog above me into second or third place, depending on his touchdown difference. So, all to play for here. Been a while since I played against Andy / DonkeyDragon as well. Back in the Bargain Boozers and Heretics of Lilith days in Division 1, a long time ago now, a couple of seasons at least. So, yeah, just waiting for him to level his player, and then we will be good to go. Drop him a message to that effect. So yeah, we are still the only undefeated team in the division as it stands. It's 2 wins and 2 draws. The last 2 games have been draws, 1-1 both times. So we are looking to turn the draws back into wins if we possibly can. What was I going to do? Was I actually going to take another skeleton for this one, so that we had the 12th man? You know, I think I might do. Come to think of it, it'll give up more inducements, but I think I want the extra man for the following game. We really need to start removing thralls in this one. So, who was lined up to be the next skeleton off the rank? Well, it was going to be something like that. We've already had Raspberry and Ice Beret, so it'll just have to be Raspberry and Ice Sunday now, because that's the best I can think of up at the top of my head. So we're going to get another skeleton in. So we've got an extra man. Just have to turn that down so that I can buy the skeleton. That puts us at 1360. And what skill did he take? He took block on the thrall, which is reasonable enough, you have to say. So, no inducements for me, of course, and we're giving up 450k. The fact that he had 100k in the bank meant that, like, it was worth getting the 12th skeleton anyway, because we're giving up so much inducements, and he has 100k with which to get over the line for anything he might have wanted as well. Does get a loner thrall for this one, picks up a wizard, which is not surprising at all. Tactically in this one, with the wizard, if I was to get something like a touchback, I would probably be more inclined to hand the ball to a skeleton. Just so that when the wizard inevitably comes, we have the thrower available to pick it up again. We're still only running the one thrower. And to be honest, I haven't decided whether we're going to go for a second further down the line. Normally when I've played Khemri, I've just run with the 1, but of course the issue with that is if he gets removed, you are very much struggling. There was a few suggestions from around my stream the other night that you might take Count Luther, but he's actually gone for Morg. Love that decision. That is a super fun choice from DonkeyDragon. That's well, it's something to go up against the Tomb Guardians. That's for damn sure. So here we go. It's lots of armor 7 for us to hit, and the question will be whether we can get that removed. Obviously, if we win the toss here, we are absolutely going to want to receive the ball first, especially now there's no wizard in play either. It's only Morgendog. And we don't win the toss, which means we are likely to be giving the ball to the vampires to start with. Nope, I was wrong. We are going to get the first hit. There he is, Morgenthorg, with his strength 6, movement 6, agi 3, armor value 10, block, mighty blow, thick skull, and throw teammate. Not that he'll get to do that here. So that's 2 mighty blow on the team now, the other of which is a vampire, and just the 1 thrall on the bench. So this is all going to be about how quickly I can remove the thralls. With only 2 vampires, it's it's not like if you're playing a 4 or 5 vampire team and you can quickly remove those thralls and suddenly end up with vampires very much unable to move for fear of bloodlust. It is only 3 rerolls as well, which is quite low, although with the 2 vampires you would think that might be okay. I think vamps normally prefer 4, just to be on the safe side. So we are going to get the chance to hit lots of stuff. And we can make it pretty much 3 dice along the line here on the thralls before going in for a mighty blow hit with one of the blitzers. What we cannot afford to do is pile on early doors, especially if we go for a blitz down here, just because we will almost certainly just be instantly fouled by a thrall. We have a total of 4 mighty blow, 2 piling on, and a dirty player as well. So, in all honesty, more than happy with that. How are we looking in terms of hitting things? Well, that's a 3. That'll be a 3, but we probably want to switch them around and them around. Right now, we'll put you on the edge. So what was Donkey asking? Can Morg throw halflings, by the way? I believe so. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any halflings on his team, which is a bit of a shame. So this is a all hands to the pump setup here. We want as many 3 dice as possible to try and prevent turnovers. What we don't have yet is any block on the Tomb Guardians. And that... oh dear. That is a super short kick and a blitz. That's an absolute disaster. That is monstrously bad. He's going to be able to put a vampire straight under that. I really need a failed catch and a scatter into a touchback here. Oh, this is just horrible. It could go 2 ways, this. If we get the if we get the scatter into a touchback, I can pretty much hand the ball over to this side of the field and everything will be fine. But this is not looking good. Vampire Agi 4, of course. I mean, that's a fairly straightforward 3+ catch. A lot riding on this right now. Presumably the blitz is going to come in from Morg onto the Tomb Guardian. That's a Bloodlust fail, which is handy on what is essentially turn 0. If we can get a removal there, that would be great news. Although, to be honest, I imagine if I was him, I would probably Bloodlust one of the things that's about to get Mighty Blowed on the line, rather than taking down an extra Thrall who was available there. Takes a GFI. And I assume he's going to go for this one to open the path for Morgenthau to come in with a hit from here. Removal's good for me here if we can get it. Nope, just a stun. And that means that Morgenthau needs GFI. Which he gets. And finds a POW. So, oh dear me, this is horrible. Need this ball on the floor, and it isn't. Oh, well, you talk about a bad start. What on earth do we do here? It's not all over. If we can get removals, we can still get this turned around pronto. But it's not exactly ideal right now, you have to say. We're going to have to get you up. And then we're going to have to start thinking about how to get players into the right spot here. We have no shot on the ball. If we'd seen Morgenthau fail the GFI, for example, we might have had a shot by using the Tomb Guardian to clear here, but that's irrelevant now. What I actually need is some skeletons freeing up. So that is a stun to start with. So we're going to mark you up with the wrestler. You'll allow me to bring a couple of players across as cover. We're going to have to commit some of the throw Ras to the front line here. We've got no choice on that one. The Blitz Ras, I should say. Probably won't follow this up, to be honest. Well, in fact, don't get a choice. There's an injury. That is a good start on that front. So we've got one. And of course, that weakens things over here. What I want to try and do is prevent him from running back with the ball here. So if possible, we want to try and really get these guys boxed in. Morgus strength 6, so that'll be a good place to put that Tomb Guardian. We're going to take a non-mighty blow hit here, and we're going to get a triple push. We'll have another go. Find the power that time. KO is good news, so removals are always good right now. It's just what we need. So that skeleton's going to go down there just to make life difficult. And what else? What are his other options, would you say? So Morg is that he can bring a Thrall across to mark up that skeleton. That gives him a 2 dice with Morg. Rather than put the Tomb Guardian there, I think I might be better served tying up this Thrall. Gonna blitz straight through. Gonna find the knockdown as well. So that opens up the path for that vampire. Another knockdown there is really bad news for me. Knockout's worse. The problem here is that the vampire can kind of now just potato down the field. So we just need mass removals now before the vampires score. Mass removals. That gives him his 2 dice with Morg. So that vampire is going to be able to score next turn. Really right now, tactically the best thing to do is for me to try and force the quick score. And from there we need to tie it up at half time and then turn over in the second half really. So, our chances of taking down the armor value 10 Morgenthau are slim to none, so we're not going to bother. The mistake was possibly pushing that skeleton up the field, actually. We need a little bit more cover behind the lines. Him with Mighty Blow. Not finding a knockdown there. Can have another go with the thrower at least. That was a bit more like it. Push that Tomb Guardian a bit further down the field. Problem is, there was no way to get the thrower off Morg. We could maybe have a shot at him, actually. Currently a 1 dice. Probably got to eat that. So he's instantly going to want to take a hit on the throw raw with Mighty Blow, given the chance here. Although the question is he going to score this turn? Realistically, he can afford to stall out once more. More going to get a push, so Thrower, well, now takes a double pout from the one that knocked out the Blitzerat. Doesn't get the Thrower, thankfully. Blitz on the dirty player as well. Just going to knock him down. Just a stun, thankfully. We are going to have the option here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to have the option for 2 GFIs into the 2 dice uphill with Wrestle. Not terrible, actually, on the ball carrier. Given the opportunity, I think we will take that. Although I also think we are likely to see a Thrall dodge out and foul the Blitzerat. Because Donkey will be well aware that removals are the name of the game for me. And you want to get rid of this Mighty Blow as quickly as you can. This dodge fails. Doesn't reroll. Of course, the other option I've got is to try to take down the Thrall. Which would mean that if he did Bloodlust, although that is relying on a 1 in 36 because of the reroll, not great odds. Realistically, I want to take a GFI there, but can't. I want to take a GFI to mark him up, but I really need the reroll for the Skeleton Blitz on the ball. I think we're going to try this now. I'll commit a reroll to that. Shame. But hey, we can at least push him away from the Thrall. In case of Bloodlust. Now we do sort of need to GFI, which this team is renowned for being quite bad at. So can they do it? Yes. For now. Try another one round here. And we'll fail that one. So it's going to be a hypno gaze attempt here, I imagine. Which works. Regardless, that does allow a 2 dice from the skeleton. On the skeleton, sorry. From the thrall. And then we'll see if he wants to score this turn or if he wants to stall out again. Stalling out might be brave. I mean, we'll see. I don't want to talk about too many hypotheticals until we see what he decides to do. Is going to stall out. That is interesting, because that gives me the option of potentially freeing up this Tomb Guardian as things stand. I assume we're going to see a Morg blitz onto this one. Nope, we're just going to see Morg take a hit over there. It's only one GFI with that Tomb Guardian to get a hit on the ball carrier. I feel like he needs a 3+ dodge to cover this up, cover this off here. Or the alternative is to try to take down that Tomb Guardian as well, I suppose. Could really use this one failing. Doesn't, but looks like he's going to go for the 1 dice, and it's a push only. So we're in the realms of the 5+ dodge now, but to be honest, it's probably still something I'm going to try. The GFIs, so that he has that thrall there for potential bloodlust failures, but it's still just, well, I'm going to need a 5+ dodge from this Tomb Guardian. It's as simple as that. Now, it's most likely we're going to have to burn the reroll there if we do make it, so we probably won't have the reroll for the hit on the ball. A little bit of a frustrating half up to this point. There's a failed GFI. Rerolled. So we burned a reroll at least. This right now is basically just Donkey trying to keep as many players locked down as he possibly can. Which does make sense. I'm going to now have to start standing people up. And basing Morgenthal as well. useful POW. Very useful KO. So it is a 5+, 2+. Which of course we make. If you've ever seen this team before, you knew that was coming. Reroll that. Find a POW. Hopefully. Stick the ball in the crowd here. Oh, and KO a vampire. So, good news, thanks to the incredible agility of my Khemri team. Well, at least it's in the tackle zone. Oh well, we're going down. So that's still a fairly likely score. Just need to stand up, hypno gaze the Tomb Guardian. And that will be about that. Or he could even blitz him away if he's feeling particularly brave. Unfortunately, he has managed to stall this out for long enough that it's going to be difficult for me to get the equaliser. And he may be able to frustrate me even more here. In fact, no he can't, because if he picks it up, he's scored. That's a very useful result, not knocking down the throw rod. So we're going with the vamp. Oh, and he's fallen over. Oh, and he's tripwide again. And stunned himself. And... well, what is happening here? Okay. So now we're going to have another chance to knock the ball down. And we might yet be able to secure this. We do need a GFI from a Tomb Guardian, though. That is for certain. Really need this 2+. Really need it. We got it. Got to reroll that again, I think. Oh, that's bad news, unfortunately. We can, at the very least, try to lock this down. Another stun to free up the thrower. So I want to put the thrower on that side. Now the plan is to, if we can just push or knock down Morgenthau. Good news. And we can use this Blitzra to cover off the other side as well. And hopefully make life exceedingly difficult for the 3 thralls. Is that 1 dice worth it? Yes. Yes, it is. So the vampire being stunned is also useful. We are all out of rerolls, though. We've got Tomb Guardians and Guard in all the right spots, which means there's no easy way out here. In fact, he's only really got these 3 players to work with. He's got another one on the floor, and he's got Morgenthau on the floor. But that tripwire has really put the Angels in a bit of a hole. Despite the fact that we didn't knock the ball down. If we'd knocked the ball down, I think we pretty much had this secure for the half. Goes to the 2 dice uphill, finds a push on that. Now gives him a 4+ pass into a 4+ catch. Or he can make the 3+ dodge at the end zone and make it a 4+ 3+. No, 5+. No, that's a failed dodge. Go, I need a reroll there. So he's in the end zone. 4+, 3+. 6 is good. Oh, and he's dropped it. Okay. So that makes things interesting, doesn't it? Because I can't afford to scatter that in case it lands in his hands. What I would like to do, if I possibly can, I think there's a way to surf that vampire. Which would be super useful. What I would also like is a skeleton down the field as a scoring threat. That one to tie up Morg. If you go there, and then you go there. So we now need a knockdown from the thrower. And the idea here is that if we can blitz that way, then we should be able to surf the vampire. Oh no, we can't. We actually just surf the thrall. Oops, I'm a moron. Well, fingers crossed the ball is going to be locked down anyway. So we are both fresh out of rerolls. I want to try and remove some thralls with a dirty player. We got him. That's a permanent removal as well, which is good news. So what the hell is he going to do here with no rerolls? This has been an extremely weird half. I mean, he could stand the vampire up. I will wrestle him. Two plus Bloodlust, 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus. Bloodlust fails. Vampire is going to be leaving the field. So he can't score regardless. He did manage the crazy pickup play. And he is now going to try to... Well, this is going to be a turnover regardless. He bites down on the thrall. Which means that he doesn't turn over. I can now attempt an interception. What is going on? He has the ball. Oh, and he's failed the dodge right at the last. Absolutely mental. So I need a scoring threat. I then want a mark on him. This has been insane. It was actually a really, really good idea. It just didn't work out. Right, I can now theoretically surf the vamp. Theoretically. I am going to go for the surf rather than the hit. Because I absolutely want him off the field. There he goes. This is all now about whether I can produce Khemri magic dice. No, we can't. At least for now. So Morg's going to try and chin him. Finds a pout. Had 1 KO on my side so far. The Blitzer Art. That one's just a stun. So now we just go try and blitz our scoring threat. He's taking an unnecessary GFI. Finds... Well, that's so he can push him out. Yeah, so he can push him this way, and it means he needs a go for it to score. So. What are the odds of me actually making this score? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could do a handoff to the dirty player, who would then have to pass to that skeleton. What I'm thinking right now is that this is so unlikely to work that there's surely more value in me fouling a thrall here for the second half. I think there is considerably more value, but that actually worsens the odds of the throw Ra doing what he has to do. If you grab that, would you even be in range? You might have to throw at the Tomb Guardian and then hand off to the skeleton that way. I will be able to get out of my own way, and we're assuming that we're going to find a removal here anyway. He does need a GFI to make the foul. But what I'm doing here is, yeah, this is basically so unlikely to happen. And I'm going to try and remove a thrall. He makes the GFI. We get a KO. Now is it a send-off? It is not. So. Time for some Khemri magic, eh? No, it appears not. So. Is there any chance you can score? I don't believe there is. Well, there might be, actually. It is theoretically possible. No, he's not. He's just going to blitz with Morg. Morg finds a pout on Jethro Tull. Morg finds nothing but a double one. One nice push. So really, I'm now looking for poor KO rolls. And we might actually be in a good spot to find a turnover here. It's all going to depend on these KO rolls. 0-0 half time. Mine comes back, which is great news. 2 injuries and 3 of the 4. And it's 1 more than you would have expected. He is down on numbers though. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versus my 11. Got a spare on the bench. Now, normally I'd be leaving the throw Ra off the field here, but we need him around today. In case we manage to find a turnover. So he does have both Vamps and Morg. What I don't really need to see right now is a couple of removals that would destroy my player advantage that I have. We can still win this game from here. We've come back from worse positions. It's 0-0. And considering I never actually had possession of the ball at all in that half, that's not bad for my own drive. Short kick blitz, eh? Nope, nothing of the sort. Deep kick. We've got the loner thrall on the field as well. Three dice from Morg, and that's not even a knockdown. Vamp finds one on the dirty player. Well, there's one gone. Exactly the roll we didn't need. Mighty blow, cancelling out thick skull. Push skull is great news. He still has a blitz and he's got another block on another skeleton there. Need you to hang on here, Happy Mondays. He does. Yeah, the blitz will come on the other skeleton because he's not going to target a Tomb Guardian. He's got such a strength disadvantage. That's a good result. We're still up by 1, so this is going to allow me to apply the pressure. Bloodlust is good. Ball pickup is bad. He doesn't need to re-roll that. Oh, the ball's so deep, I'm not getting it. Okay, so. This is all about applying as much pressure as we possibly can, so. The idea being here that that skeleton is going to tie up Morgenthau for the time being, allowing the Tomb Guardians to go elsewhere and wreak a bit of havoc. Skeleton's so slow, I can't really use him as a threat. Taylor Swift has a job to do. Taylor Swift does the first part of the job. That was not a natural armor break. Not going to pile on that. I want him on his feet. So we start going that way. Also allows me to put that Tomb Guardian up in there. And that one up in there to really get those thralls tied down. Just holding him back because I don't want to risk the vampire coming across with Mighty Blow and removing him. He's going to be an important player as the thrower. Now, we also don't want to overcommit. We probably want to leave these two back as safeties just in case this vampire tries anything stupid. He does have Morgenthau in support, which is a fairly formidable threat, but we're asking a lot of 3+ dodges now, and they can go wrong. Okay, straight on to the pickup of the ball. Oh, and fails the GFI. Now. Is he going for the pass here? Is that the idea? Well, if he was, he's not going for it anymore. So reroll is gone. Morg finds a knockdown. But if he's going to be 3+ dodging, he's got no reroll to do it. Morg finds an injury. There's no regen either. Just a badly hurt on Happy Mondays. But the numbers advantage is now gone. It's 9 versus 9. Push skull only on Taylor Swift. I think he does have to try the 3+ dodges because I've got a lot of Mighty Blow based up against him at the moment. So we may be able to fairly quickly restore that numbers advantage, and of course we do have a big strength advantage here as well. It's basically Morgenthau running around. That's the big problem here. Now that has potentially left a shot on the ball open here if this 3+ dodge fails. It does not. Although, that has left a shot on the ball open here. If this fails, which it does, we're in. We are absolutely in business here. Single GFI needed to knock that down. We are going to go and base up the lower. We're going to stick a skeleton here on Morgenthau, because that is the skeleton's jobs now, to keep him tied down. Now, we really want the reroll here, don't we? So we've got to do this now. Double POW is pretty good news. Scatters into the Tomb Guardian's tackle zone as well. And we're going to apply a bit of pressure. Try one GFI. We'll now try a second GFI. That's a nice stun. And opens up a gap for me to get the other Blitzer through here. Okay, so we've turned this over nice and quickly. Two tackle zones on the ball. Now, that's going to be a 1 dice try and clear. I mean, he's got Hypno Gaze options, of course, with vampires to remove the tackle zones on the ball. That's a Thrall who's running away. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. If I'm Donkey right now, I think the target's the Throw-Ra. The Throw-Ra is the key man for me getting a touchdown right now. To knock down on a Guardian with Mighty Blow. He is okay. So he's basically just going to try magic here. 2+, 2+, 4+. 2+, and then a chuck. Bloodlust works, dodge works. 4+ pickup. Does not work, that's a 1. Second reroll, and he gets it this time. 2+ dodge, that works. Gonna try and bomb it down the line to the Thrall, who catches it. Who needs rerolls, eh? Who needs rerolls? We should be able to deal with this if he stops making dodges. There we go. We should be able to deal with this quite comfortably, actually. Now, he is a blocker. Therefore, I want to use the wrestler to take him down. Because it's just strictly better. One, two, three, four, five. We want to put them that way. This is why we have this wrestler. That's good enough. And we get a stun as well. Okay, it's within range of the thrower, which is great news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to build a bit of a cage around this now. Can't leave him there because we're in the throw Ros Ray. Even if he drops this, I think that should be relatively safe. Despite the fact that Donkey is insisting on throwing the silliest dice known to man. That stun's really useful as well because he's now completely locked down. Don't really know where I want to throw this splitter out to go, actually. As it stands, we are very much just looking to keep this locked down for a 1-0 towards the end. Where do I want you to go? Now there's a spare thrall here. Probably tie that down. Hidden behind Morg. Didn't see him. Alright, Imhotep. You've not picked the ball up yet. And now we have. Happy days. Morg is RG3, but he's not break tackle, which means he's not really a threat to come in here unless something very silly happens. This is all now about whether we can just sensibly move down the field. No gaze works. Take a mighty blow hit on that Blitzer. And he's going to fail the GFI again. This vampires, or the vampires generally, are pretty bad at that. That's a last reroll. Used. And another double one on GFI. All of the vampire rerolls gone. Which is, of course, great news for me. So, fingers crossed, we should be able to keep this relatively locked down. right about now. He says as he rolls a double skull into a skull push. You know, sometimes you ask for these things to happen. We still do have a blitz, of course. That's as good a blitz target as any right now. Again, not going to use the piling on. Don't think we need to. Useful stunt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He does technically have a shot on the ball, but it needs some no reroll magic from that vampire. That's the one. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus lots of them. No reroll, of course, and the dodge fails. And there's a stun on that vampire. This one might well be done. But we won't count any chickens just yet. Right, we will try to get this loner now. That will very much do it. And again, we won't pile on because it's better off having him tied down when Donkey's out of rerolls. Don't actually even feel like I need to make a GFI there to cover that up. And I also don't feel like I'll even make a GFI here either. I'm just making him go the long way. Very useful knockdown. Very useful stun. And yeah, he's not getting there at this point, is he? The vampire was the only threat and he's now stunned, so we've got a turn to rearrange ourselves. So this is now just a question of how long can we actually stall out. For the record, was tempted to dodge that skeleton. But figured he was useful at least tying Morg down for a turn, and now we'll get to do so for another turn. Now, I'm actually okay scoring with the thrower. I don't really need to score on anyone else right about now. And with the game finally poised at 0-0, we're not going to do anything silly. No reroll, no knockdown. We'll be able to have another go with Jethro Tull with the Thrall. But this is very much the job that I want the Tomb Guardians to do right about now. Will he take the both down? Taking that suggests that he thinks this one might be done. So all I'm going to do is make sure I'm out of range of these vampires doing anything silly. So we're just going to move the cage over this way. We still have to be wary of the vampires coming in and doing something silly here. This isn't yet done. To be honest, I wouldn't mind scoring on turn 15 because the vamps possibly would struggle to have the one turn in them. Obviously, if we can make it to turn 16, that's great. But there is no reason to do anything stupid here. That skeleton can go and tie it. Morgan dog again. And the last thing we want to do is chain push this vampire out of range. And of course bring some more strength over as well. Ooh. That is worth a reroll. Honestly, I think we can afford to just cover that vamp off. So, 2 turns to go. Seems unlikely. I mean, he'd need to throw a scoring threat down the field now, wouldn't he? Oh, an injury. But it's going to regen. Marat Bob Seeger is going to be okay. Morg is cleaning up. But of course, Morg SPP does nothing for the Angels of Lilith, sadly. Of course, if he doesn't pressure the ball, then we will just stall this out at turn 16. Vampire finds a knockdown on the rookie Tomb Guardian. Nothing worse than that, though. 2 dice there finds a POW on Wajethro Toll. Just need these Tomb Guardians to survive, if at all possible. All good for now. He's going to foul. He's going to foul the rookie one. Already had to replace this one once. That is a miss next game, and there is nothing I can do about it. And McNaughton is going to be delighted with that. That's a send-off. So we can't lose, which is good. I don't think I want a traditional cage anymore. I actually think I want to produce lines of players to make life difficult. So what we're doing here is just forcing a big old ask. And we also want a bit of revenge for that Rookie Tomb Guardian. But we don't get it. I feel we might be about to see another Tomb Guardian foul. It looks like this is no longer about stopping the loss, and it's all about hurting my team. So hopefully Jethro will survive this. Down he goes. Hasn't used the vamp, which means he may try the Miracle Blitz. That was scary. Just a stun, and yeah, he's going to be fouled within an inch of his life. So he's not going to try the blitz on the ball. He is going to try a blitz on Blitzerer. He's not going to find the knockdown. And I assume we're now going to see the Angel of Enthusiasm kick my Tomb Guardian in the face. Live, 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 live. He's fine. Good news. Am I going to chin his vampire for insolence? Absolutely not. We're going to win the game. Hotel California tap gets the winning touchdown, and we're going to move up the second, keeping the pressure on Yasin. Another stressful game. Khemri does seem to be quite a stressful team to play, all things considered. But it's a win against... Vampires are always a potentially tricky opponent. They are capable of nonsense, as we saw in the playoffs, of course. I am going to re-roll that 2 into a 2. Oh, we do get a level of Tomb Guardian, though, which is very good news. Set 7, getting the MVP. So 3. We actually didn't get all that much SPP from the Armor 7, but we got what we needed, which was a win. And considering how bad the start of the game was, that goes down as a good result. So we will validate the game. And we will level this Tomb Guardian. Now, guard would be nice, block would be lovely. We really want some block up in here. Especially with Chorfs up next. Can we find a double? No. So that's going to be guard all day. We need the guard to offset the slight loss of strength from the missing Tomb Guardian, Neferkara Delavine. Don't have enough to just flat out replace it either, which is a minor shame. But there we go. It is a 1-0 win over DonkeyDragon, so well played to him. It was a close one. It leaves the table looking like this. We are up to second place. We've leapfrogged Keji. Still undefeated as well, which is great news. Halfway through the regular season now. 5 out of the 9 regular games before we do the little Swiss tournament for the Final Four. So it's 12 points to 11. Then Keji on 10. And then a little bit of a gap now to Razta and Pyro, who are on, and indeed Andy, all on identical records with 7 apiece. So there we go. I will wrap that up there, folks. Thank you very much for watching, if you've done so. And I will be back probably over the Easter weekend with some more Rebel casting. And of course the next game, which is against the Highland Avengers, McNaughton's Chorfs, who were at 1070. So losing the Tomb Guardian actually affects his ability to get some team value. He does have the one claw, which is a little scary, but no mighty blow, and indeed just one other skill on the team. He lost a Chorf in the last game as well against Keji, but did get 1-1 draw. So it's more Chorfs on the menu for us next. So anyway, until the next time, catch you all later.